Hi guys, I'm Tammy. I'm with Mandy from Seek Heavenly Things. Hold on. Anyways, I am part of the 12. I don't know what's going on with my hair. Anyways, okay, so this is a continuation from the other parts. I'm about to read part 4. The group was on Zoom back in April, and Jesus started speaking through Mandy, and this is a continuation. So obviously go to the other parts to get caught up if you hadn't already. All right, I'm just going to get right into it. Okay, so once again, this was reposted on Mandy's YouTube page on 12/7 of this year. God's physical calendar is 4/2, God's spiritual is 9/2, and God's true Gregorian is 6/24. And on 6/17/2025, part 4, new message proving Jesus speaks to me live for all the plagiarism remarks, LOL. But all this fits now very long. Everything he has been speaking with the 18 parts, so there will be parts, but I will go back to part 19 when it's finished. Love you all. Even when I comment today in the chat on the Just Live today, the 345, it was prophesied in this message. Jesus is speaking and he is coming to wake his kids up. We were all on Zoom and I was finishing up a message about AI. Jesus started to speak to me all live on the spot, and this was on 4/7 of 2025 at 4:30 p.m., 57 minutes and 46 seconds. Jesus likes to time or mark things, so you'll hear some numbers in the post. That's what he means. Part 4, remember I did a masterpiece first. I took the original mother and the father, the Adam and Eve. I put them together, the creation of the earth, but not only the creation of the earth, but the creation of the heavens. I did that because I was creating the womb inside the light circle. The entire light creation with the Holy Spirit, the Father, Mother, the Son, and the daughter was all put into the earthly version of Mary, 21:21, which is the spiritual version of Barbello in heaven. You see, every single thing I do is for my purpose and my glory, to show not only my heavenly mysteries, but to save my children. This is why I had to make that entire light circle and put it inside Mary so my people could be saved. But the one saying that the Holy Spirit is she, and now McKenna is saying that, is because the demons are giving her the example of the Holy Spirit in heaven. The mother and the daughter of the king, because this is what the angels and the demons know. They represent her as the Holy Spirit, the mother and the daughter, but they are not trying to obtain salvation in heaven, 22:02. They're trying to obtain salvation on earth in the flesh. So the flesh has to recognize the Father and the Son. Because of the Father and the Son, they are ahead of the family of the mother and daughter. Yes, the mother is one with the Father. It's wisdom. The Father is wisdom. Therefore, the mother is wisdom, just like the daughter and the son are together as one. This is why the mother's wisdom, the daughter of the king, is also wisdom. The mother and the daughter are one, and the son and the father are one, just like the father and the son with the daughter and mother are one. 22:35. You see, that entire creation of that light circle combined with the truest light form that came from nothing, which is everything, 22:44, was put inside Mary, wrapped in with the Father, the Son, the daughter, and the mother, which is representing Adam and Eve, which is why Adam and Eve have to start the world, start the missions. They also have to start the delivery and the child. And I say Adam and Eve because you are all Adam and Eve partners. Because of the 24 elders, the Adam and Eve partners, which is why Cassie also has to deliver the baby in the sky, which is why all of you guys are going to become pregnant in the spiritual and deliver in the New Jerusalem. I know it sounds nuts. Why? Because of populating the New Jerusalem. I'm going to use the suits, the creations. The Jews, everything has changed. Everything has flipped upside down. They turn my cross upside down in this world because they know the ether comes from my love. 23 minutes and 29 seconds. So they've changed everything. The Jews are not who you think they are, 22:34. The Native Americans started it all. The Native Americans are my Mexicans. They are my Asians. They are my Koreans. You do not see the Gentiles are the Jews. The Jews are the Gentiles because you guys are all from the original kingdom. And if your spirit is not attached from the original kingdom, you're attached by particles because I am in charge of particles. This is why certain people fall for certain people. And I'm not talking about lust. I'm not talking about just wanting to have sex with different people. I am talking about love. Love, falling in love with a person that might not be your soulmate. Why? Because I put those particles attached with the other person, drawing you to that person. So this is why I am the one in charge of all this, to lead my people, to save my people, to wake up my people. So the ones out there with their religious spirit condemning people for being gay or trans or any of those things, you have to know that a lot of these creations I have allowed, and yes, some of this is mocked by the devil because he knows how important my people are. So yes, the trans, I don't change the identity of who you were created. However, I have put particles in people leading you to the opposite of sex. I do that, not only the opposite of sex, but also the same sex. I allow that to happen. Why? Because that event and every single thing around you is waking your people up. But that's not your soulmate. That's your soul sister. That's your soul brother, because you were created in the same room with your other brother and sister. You see, it all started from the very beginning. In the womb, there were 4. Then it was a twin system. It depends on the ranking of you. Were you after the 12th section of the elders? Instead of going from 4, you went down to 2. Every single thing you're going to see after the elders turned into a twin system. Why? Because you have to represent good. You have to represent evil. You have to represent the Lucifer line, the fallen Lucifer line, and then you have to represent Jesus with the Lucifer line, the good line. And yes, I am saying Jesus and Lucifer line because from the very beginning in heaven, when it was created, it wasn't a fallen line. Your original spirits are still in heaven. 25 minutes and 49 seconds. You have been fighting in heaven with your battle lines of the duplicate spirits that I have created for the spiritual and the physical battle. Except I've kept you safe in heaven, where there's no harm's way. So whether you're fighting physically in the battles or not, you are still fighting spiritually because you are a part of it. Why? Because your soul is attached to all of your duplicates. So you know what is happening. You know what is going on, even though you are physically safe. Why? I had to do that because they cannot destroy the physical one that I made. But see, the devil doesn't know that. He doesn't know that the original one stayed there. And it was all the duplicated battle lines. You see, I'm giving pertinent information right now. Secrets right now that the devil doesn't even know, because if he knew, he would know where to find you, except for he can't cross that barrier in the heavenly realms. So he would have given up. I have allowed this because I don't want the devil to know these things, because I have to destroy evil in the end by making it good, by purifying it. If I were to tell him there's no chance at all for him to destroy my people to stop the mission, then he would give up. He would stop, and then evil realm 44 would not be destroyed the way I need it to be destroyed. And it was created because I was creating the good, and when you create the good, if you are speaking it or it's by thought, the opposite of creation has to be made, because it is the opposite attraction, which makes it the negative. You have a positive and a negative. So of course you have true darkness and you have true light, 2730. Right now we are turning that true darkness into the positivity of light. That's the whole point of activating every single thing in my children's souls and my children's hearts. And when we activate that light is going to be the seed that goes out to everyone. 2748, which is why I'm allowing the dials to be turned back, 2751, which is why I'm using the story of Hezekiah to make all that happen, which is why the light is going to disperse through all of my people at the very end, 28 minutes, which is why every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that I am Lord, which is why we are not trying to save the ones that are alive right now. We are, because they are going to wake up for the very end, 28 minutes, 11 seconds. But in the end, we're going to be saving the ones that have died already, 28:16, which is part of the missions going back in time using the time portals, 28:20, to travel, to plant that seed before these people die without knowing me. Why? Because I allowed the particles, the original spirits, to be duplicated, and every creation is important. No, if these people die without knowing me, it is not the original spirit that was created in heaven that's going to die, but it's that creation that is going to die, to be destroyed in the fire. Stick around for part 5. Mwah.